In the amber haze of a late October evening, Sarah and Tom were cutting through the backroads of rural Nebraska, the kind where the horizon swallows the sky whole. Their old Subaru rattled over potholes, the radio spitting static-laced country tunes about lost loves and endless fields. Sarah, with her city-bred skepticism and a fresh tattoo of a crow on her wrist, scrolled through podcasts on her phone. Tom, ever the romantic adventurer, gripped the wheel with one hand, the other tracing lazy circles on her knee. "God, this place is like a painting," Tom said, nodding at the sea of corn stretching out like golden waves under the dying sun. The stalks towered 8 feet high, their tassels whispering in the wind like secrets too old to tell. It was harvest season, but the fields looked untouched, pristine, almost watchful. That's when they heard it. A sharp, piercing cry slicing through the dusk.
"Help! Somebody! Please, help me!"
Sarah's head snapped up.
What the hell was that?
Tom slowed the car, windows down, the air thick with the earthy tang of decaying leaves. Another yell, fainter but desperate.
"I'm stuck! Mom! Dad! Help!"
It's a kid.
Sarah whispered, her heart twisting. She thought of her little brother back home, the one who still called her in the night from nightmares.
Pull over, Tom. We have to check.
The road edged right up to the field's boundary, a ragged line of trampled earth where the corn met asphalt. No fence, no signs, just an invitation. Tom killed the engine, and they stepped out, the chill nipping at their jackets. The cries came again, from deep within the maze of stalks, echoing oddly, as if bouncing off invisible walls. "Hello?" Tom called, cupping his hands around his mouth. "Hey, kid. Where are you?"
"Over here."
The voice was small, boyish, laced with panic.
"I fell. Can't get up. Hurry."
Sarah exchanged a glance with Tom. The sun was dipping low, painting the sky in bruises of purple and red. Cell service was a joke out here, 2 bars flickering like a bad omen.
We can't just leave him,
she said, already kicking off her heels and stepping onto the dirt path that snaked into the field. It was barely a trail, more like a wound in the corn. Tom followed, his boots crunching dry leaves. "Stay close. Yell if you need me." The corn closed around them like fingers, the stalks brushing their shoulders, rustling with a sound like muffled laughter. The air grew cooler, heavier, carrying the faint rot of overripe kernels. They pushed forward, the boys' cries guiding them left, then right, always just a little farther. "Keep talking, buddy," Tom shouted.
"I'm scared. It's dark in here."
The voice cracked, closer now. Sarah's pulse quickened, she could almost see a small shape ahead, a flash of blonde hair between the green-brown blades. But as they rounded a bend, the path forked. Left or right? The cries split, 2 echoing from both directions, overlapping like a glitchy recording. Sarah froze.
Tom, which way?
He pointed right, where the voice sounded strongest. They plunged on, the corn thickening, the ground turning soft and uneven, like it was breathing underfoot. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. Sarah's phone flashlight cut feeble beams through the gloom, illuminating husks that looked like skeletal hands reaching out.
This field can't be this big,
she muttered, checking her watch. They'd been walking 20 minutes, but the road was gone, swallowed by the endless rows.
"Help!"
The cry was behind them now. Sarah whipped around, heart slamming. Nothing but corn, swaying in a wind that hadn't been there before.
Tom, I think we're lost.
Her voice trembled. She grabbed his arm, nails digging in.
We need to go back.
He nodded, pale in the fading light. "Yeah. Let's mark the path." He snapped a stalk, tying his bandana to it like a breadcrumb. But as they turned, the air shifted, a low hum, like distant machinery, vibrating through the soil. The boy's voice morphed, multiplying.
"Help! Help! Help!"
A chorus, faint and overlapping, from every direction. They ran then, blindly, stalks whipping their faces like lashes. Sarah's bare feet bled on the sharp earth, Tom's breaths coming in ragged gasps. "There!" he yelled, pointing to a break in the corn, a clearing, maybe 10 feet wide, bathed in moonlight that shouldn't have risen yet. In the center sat the boy. He couldn't have been more than 8, dressed in overalls caked with mud, his face streaked with tears and dirt. One leg twisted unnaturally beneath him, bone poking through denim like an accusation.
You came.
He whimpered, eyes wide and glassy.
I knew you would.
Sarah dropped to her knees beside him, ignoring the pain in her soles.
Oh, God, it's okay. We're here. What happened?
Fell in a hole. Chased a rabbit.
He sniffled, pointing vaguely behind him. But there was no hole, just flat, loamy ground dotted with corn silk like spiderwebs. Tom knelt too, slinging off his jacket to splint the leg. "We need to get you out. Can you walk if I carry you?" The boy nodded, but as Tom scooped him up, his weight was wrong, too light, like lifting smoke. In his skin. Cold, clammy, with a faint glow under the surface, like bioluminescent veins.
Thank you.
The boy whispered, his breath smelling of earth and decay.
But you can't leave now.
Sarah laughed nervously.
What? Of course we can. Come on.
The boy's smile cracked open, too wide, revealing teeth like kernels of corn, sharp, yellowed.
Once you enter the harvest, you feed it, or it feeds on you.
The clearing darkened, the moon vanishing behind a cloud that wasn't there. The corn rustled violently, stalks bending inward, forming a cage of whispering blades. Sarah bolted up, grabbing Tom's arm.
Run!
They fled, the boy slung over Tom's shoulder like a sack of nothing. Behind them, the voices swelled, a cacophony of children's pleas, overlapping in agony.
Help! We fell! Chasing the rabbit!
Footsteps pattered in pursuit, small and relentless, like a horde of unseen feet. The path looped. Every turn brought them back to the clearing, the boy giggling now, a sound like dry husks scraping. Sarah's flashlight died, plunging them into velvet black. She clawed at the corn, tearing handfuls free, but the gaps filled instantly, regrowing with wet, sucking sounds.
Tom, put him down!
She screamed.
He's not real!
Tom stumbled, dropping the boy, who landed with a thud that echoed wrong, hollow, like a gourd. The child sat up, leg miraculously straight, and tilted his head.
Too late. The field chose you, like it chose me, and her, and him.
He pointed to shadows emerging from the stalks, more children, translucent, their overalls faded to rags, eyes hollow sockets leaking milky sap. Dozens, circling, hands outstretched. Sarah backed away, tripping over roots that hadn't been there. Tom's face drained of color as the boy crawled toward them on all fours, joints popping like breaking stalks. Join the harvest, it sang, voice a harvest hymn. Feed the roots. Grow forever.
Join the harvest.
It sang, voice to harvest hymn.
Feed the roots. Grow forever.
They fought, kicking, screaming, Tom swinging wild fists at the apparitions that phased through him like mist. But the corn tightened, vines snaking from the earth to wrap their ankles, pulling them down into the soil that softened like a grave. Sarah's screams muffled as dirt filled her mouth, tasting of blood and regret. By dawn, the field stood silent, tassels nodding in approval. The Subaru rusted on the roadside, doors ajar, as if waiting for passengers who never returned. And deep in the rows, new cries began, faint at first, calling to the next kind souls who might hear. The harvest is eternal. And it hungers.